Hey guys, Watson here. Welcome to another video. In this video, I just wanted to take some time to highlight some changes that have been made to Tourmaline. And as you might recognize, we are no longer on the Github page at the start of this video. We're actually on Tourmaline's new website, tourmaline.dev, which I put together using Facebook's documentation framework, Docusaurus. If you haven't heard of it before and you have a project that needs some documentation, be sure to take a look. I'm using V2. Actually got Tourmaline put into the showcase for Docusaurus. And yeah, just want to take a brief moment to take a look at the website, see things, how things have changed. We've got a dark mode, which is pretty awesome. We've got search here, powered by Agolia. So if we search for you can see we've got our your first bot page, and that'll take us into the cookbook. You can see we've got basically the same content that existed in the wiki, and still exists in the wiki, but the wiki has been deprecated in favor of this. So we've got basics, and this is actually what I wanted to go over. So nice little segue. Event handling has been changed in Tourmaline. So if you've watched my previous videos, followed them, thank you for doing so, first of all. But things have changed a little bit. So now we still have this on annotation, which has always been there, or has been there for quite a while. But now, first of all annotated methods take a client and an update. The reason behind this is because we no longer have a context specific to each annotation, which drastically reduces complexity in the backend code, but also I think makes things a little bit easier to understand for you. So now we take in the client, which is the bot itself, and an update. Client is not 100% necessary to have here, at least for the on annotations, but it does help if you're trying to take other methods from other places and import them and use bot add event handler like is listed here. So in this case, it takes in client and update, and you can use that client instead of using bot. Or you can take a message or a method from somewhere else and wrap it, and it takes a client and an update, and then you don't have to worry about bot being in that namespace. So that's the reason why that's there. But as you can see, we've still got the standard on handler. You can actually stack them now, so you can do like on photo, on video, if you want both of them. It's just a little bit cleaner overall. So what about commands? I'm glad you asked. Now we have filters. So a filter it's somewhat similar to what Python Telegram bot has, if you've ever used that. But a filter can be tacked on to a event handler like this. And now, so we're saying on message, and we're taking in a command filter with echo. This is basically the same thing as the old command annotation, but command annotation is not gone. We actually do still have that. I'll go into that at a later point. But the benefit to this is that command filters can be stacked, or filters in general can be stacked using a filter group. So filters and filter groups have this AND operator, which is the bitwise AND operator, and the bitwise OR operator, which acts as an OR. So you can say, command filter.new and regex filter.new, and then it has to conform to both of these filters before passing in. By the same token, you can use the OR filter, and you can say, okay, it can either conform to this filter or this filter before passing in. So these are not great examples, they're contrived, but that hopefully they kind of show what's possible. You can also create filter groups. I mean, you can stack as many of these together as you want. Use parentheses to separate groups of them and just pass them all in here the same way. You can assign them to a variable or a constant and then pass them in. So that is filters. Very simple, but also very powerful, really. And other than that, the documentation is pretty much the same. Things have been updated to support these new filters. You can see we do still have the command annotation, which is really just syntactic sugar for adding a listener with a couple filters. Got a link to our video tutorials here, which you're watching right now. Emoji support. I had all of this stuff in the wiki already. So that is the cookbook. You can see we've got a link to the API now, which is now at api.tourmaline.dev. Same thing, slightly changed. We've got a blog, so if you want to keep up to date, be sure to follow this. And I've got a showcase. So if you do build something with Tourmaline, go ahead and go head on over to GitHub. You'll have to go to the Tourmaline website repository. Go in here to source, data, users.js, and just add your bot here, and add a photo for it here, and it'll be added to the showcase. Make sure to test things out. But I'd be happy to get some more bots in here. It's a little bit of free advertising for you and shows me and other people that people are actually using Tourmaline. So that's the website. Those are the changes. Not a whole lot to go over, but at the same time, some pretty significant things have changed. If we head on over to GitHub again really quick, you can see I've got some issues in here. My next task, which I'm planning on doing today, is to rename file to something else, maybe TG file, maybe just T file, I don't know. But right now, this is one of the big annoyances for me, is that inside of your bot, trying to use file tries to use the Tourmaline file instead of the Crystal file, and that kind of causes issues. And I'm planning on adding support for Passport. I'd like to get some help here if anyone wants to contribute. I don't really have a reason to use Passport or a way to test it, so if you're planning on building something that needs it, maybe that would make a good task for you. Not sure if I haven't gone over this because this is new to the website, but I did change the logo. Well, it's basically the same logo, but I remade it. Should now be available. I think it's in here as an SVG. Yeah. So if you want to use this anywhere for any reason, gone is that big gradient. Yeah, that's really all I wanted to go over in this one. So thank you for watching. Thank you for using Tourmaline. Drop any feedback you have about this video or the framework itself in the comments section below. I'd be happy to respond. If you did like this video, please remember to give it that thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that little bell to get notified when I post new videos. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. Bye.